Bro, thank you for choosing this video. Welcome back to this YouTube channel, a haven for Chelsea news updates. Don't miss these 12 Chelsea stories off the pitch that you probably didn't know about. So if you're a true Chelsea fan, subscribe now so you don't miss a single news story from Stamford Bridge. I hope you get 300 likes. By liking this video, I'm even more motivated to provide you with as much news as possible and as interesting as possible. And I wish you a happy viewing and a happy Friday. And finally, I apologize if any of the narration is offensive.
Bro, take note. Manchester United versus Chelsea will be a big match at Old Trafford. Saturday, September 20, 2025. Kickoff at 17:30. It's broadcast live on Sky Sports, so the atmosphere is guaranteed to be crazy. Now, for the team news, United have received a major boost. Matheus Cunha and Mason Mount are back fit. But unfortunately, Lisandro Martinez and Diogo Dalot are still out. Even new goalkeeper Sene Lammens could make his debut in place of Altay Bayındır, who has been inconsistent. Chelsea? Injury crisis. Colwell, Lavia, Badiashile, Delap, and Estebo are all out. But the good news is Cole Palmer is fit again. Plus, Garnacho could make his first start against his former club. João Pedro is likely to remain the spearhead, and Estebo could be in the squad. Now on to the predictions. Chelsea's record at Old Trafford? Terrible, bro. They haven't won there in 12 years. United, despite the pressure, are usually underdogs, but they can actually put up a fight. So many analysts are predicting a 1-1 draw. But don't be surprised if there's drama at the end, especially with Garnacho returning to his old home. My question, who do you think will make the difference? Garnacho seeking revenge on United or Mount ripping Chelsea back?
Bro, this is really good news for Chelsea fans. Cole Palmer is confirmed to be fit for the big match against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Imagine, he's been plagued by a groin injury since the start of the season, which led to him missing the Fulham match and canceling his England international. But Palmer's back, scoring goals against Brentford, even having one goal disallowed against Bayern yesterday. He looked in pain in the final minutes against Bayern, which made fans nervous. But Maresca confirmed Cole is okay. Relieved, right? And don't forget, this isn't just any game. This is Old Trafford, bro. Palmer returns to his arch-rival's home as a key player for Chelsea. Damn, it's gonna be as intense as a Champions League final. Let me ask you, do you think Palmer will be the key to Chelsea's victory against Manchester United, or will he fail to show his mettle?
Bro, what a crazy big match. Man United versus Chelsea at Old Trafford will be the highlight of Game Week 5 of the Premier League. United are in disarray under Roberto Amorim. Just imagine, 31 points from 31 games. Add to that their European exit, and then the humiliation of Grimsby in the Carabao Cup. Oh my, that hurts. Meanwhile, Enzo Maresca's Chelsea hasn't been perfect either. They drew against Palace, Fulham were sluggish, and Brentford stole a point with a late goal. And Bayern, a 3-1 thrashing in the UCL. But there's good news. Cole Palmer is fit, a key player who already proved his class against Bayern, ready to make the difference again. United will rely on Brian Mbeumo, who has been brilliant since his move from Brentford. But Chelsea has Palmer, Estebo, and even João Pedro if fit. This heated duel could be a turning point for either team. Let me ask you, who will triumph at Old Trafford, Palmer or Mbeumo?
Bro, more transfer news. Chelsea is apparently seriously eyeing Ian Subiabre, the 18-year-old wonder kid from River Plate. Apparently, the player's agent has even been to London to speak directly with the Blues. Crazy, isn't that? Well, the problem is River Plate and their coach Marcelo Gallardo are very reluctant to let Subiabre go. His contract runs until 2026, and now River is desperately trying to extend it and increase the release clause so the kid won't be easily poached. But reportedly Subiabre's family hasn't reached an agreement yet. And that's where Chelsea comes in, bro. The situation is really favorable because Barcelona and Inter are also chasing him. But if Subiabre rejects the extension, the Blues could be the big winners. So, what do you think? Will Subiabre choose Chelsea's project, or would he prefer to stay in Argentina for now?
Crazy, bro. Really hot news. Chelsea reportedly has 100% genuine interest in signing Eduardo Camavinga from Real Madrid in 2026. The price? 80 million euros. But apparently this could be a bargain because Sky Sports data claims Camavinga is the second best midfielder in the world right now. Imagine, Chelsea already has Enzo, Caicedo, and Santos, and they're still chasing Camavinga. The problem is he's been pushed back in Madrid. Xabi Alonso prefers Tchouaméni, Valverde, and even Arda Güler. So it's only natural that Chelsea would immediately take a look at the opportunity. And bro, don't forget, Camavinga can also play left back. He'd be perfect for covering Chelsea's weakness of fullback, helping out Cucurella. The question is, do you think Camavinga would be willing to leave a club as big as Madrid for Chelsea's long-term project? Or is this just a fan's dream?
Chelsea will travel to Old Trafford to face a struggling Manchester United. United have only won once in 4 matches, and the pressure on Ruben Amorim is getting even more intense. As for Chelsea, coming in hot from their loss to Bayern, they're clearly here to slaughter. First prediction: Cole Palmer is on fire. 2 goals in a row against Brentford and Bayern. His confidence is soaring. He could be a key weapon again at Old Trafford. Second prediction: the Chalobah and Tosin duo will likely be overhauled. They don't play well together, especially since Chalobah has scored an own goal. I have a feeling one of them will definitely be dropped. And the craziest thing is Alejandro Garnacho. If he starts against his former club, wow, it's like a movie script. Chelsea fans will scream. United fans will cry if he scores at Old Trafford. What do you think, bruv? Will Palmer be the star again, or will Garnacho be the surprise? Bro, this is going to be really hot. Alejandro Garnacho is finally back at Old Trafford, but not in a red United jersey. He's now officially a Chelsea player. Imagine, he was previously frozen out by Amorim due to the Europa League final drama, and now he's a starter against his former club. Enzo Fernandez said Garnacho has looked really good in the last 2 matches, even ready to start if needed. And the good news doesn't stop there. Cole Palmer is also fit to play after causing fans to worry against Bayern. So, tonight, Chelsea are truly ready for battle. Garnacho has the stage for revenge. Palmer is on fire. Just wait and see who will be the hero at Old Trafford. Do you think Garnacho will score a revenge goal against his ex, or will he be demoralized by the United fans? Bro, can you believe a club like Chelsea is currently begging for sponsors? Last year, the front of the jersey was empty, and now even the sleeves don't have an official sponsor. That's crazy. A club of this stature can lose around £75 million per season just because they don't have a logo on their shirts. Well, reportedly, they're currently negotiating with the Hire Group for a $15 million annual deal, but it's still not finalized. It's understandable since their main target is the front sponsorship, which is set at £60 million. The problem is, who's willing to pay that much if their performance on the pitch is still so disastrous? Even their chief revenue officer, Kasper Stylsvig, has resigned. This means finding money to cover the gaps is getting even more complicated. Chelsea have won the Club World Cup, but if their finances are leaking, it could be dangerous in the long run, bro. Do you think Chelsea should lower their sponsorship prices to get a deal faster, or should they maintain their prestige to look elite?
Bro, listen to this. Chelsea hasn't given up on signing Mike Maignan from AC Milan. They tried negotiating before, but were discouraged because Milan was asking for £20 million, while Chelsea was only willing to pay $10 million. Now, the Blues are ready to go back in January. If Milan still can't extend Maigna's contract, which expires next season, they could be forced to sell him, rather than get him for free next year. And this is a golden opportunity for Chelsea. Sanchez has had a pretty good start this season, but there are still question marks regarding his ball distribution and reflexes. Maignan could definitely be an upgrade, potentially even displacing Sanchez from the starting goalkeeper position. The question is, bro, if you were Chelsea, would you take mine on now and pay a high price, or wait for him to be free next year?
Bro, Enzo Maresca's press conference was a blast. Ahead of Chelsea's heated match against Manchester United at Old Trafford, the manager provided important updates. First, news about Alejandro Garnacho, who Amorim had previously discarded, is now ready to become the Blues' secret weapon. Maresca said Garnacho has shown his quality and, if necessary, he could start against his former club, moving on to Sterling and Disasi. They are still frozen out, not participating in first-team training. Maresca said he understands that feeling completely, having experienced it himself. But the bottom line is, the club's decision is clear. They are only allowed to train separately. Not only that, Maresca also heaped praise on Ruben Amorim, United's coach. He said Amorim is a top manager, just adapting at the beginning of the project. Still, Maresca is aware that United will be highly motivated in this match, playing at home, in front of their own fans, and looking to bounce back. Chelsea must be very wary, bro. So, what do you think? Should Garnacho start straight away against his former club, or should he be brought on in the second half to be a surprise super sub? Bro, do you still remember Raheem Sterling's promise? He said he'd retire if he didn't enjoy playing football anymore. But look at him now! He clearly still loves the game. The only problem is, Chelsea have completely frozen him out. Sterling returned from Arsenal, his performance mediocre, just 1 goal in 28 games. Back to Cobham, Maresca immediately said, no chance, bro. Now he's isolated, training alone with Axel Disasi, even posting photos of himself training late at night. Isn't that crazy? The PFA even intervened, afraid Chelsea was violating FIFA rules on abusive conduct. If it was deemed abuse, Sterling could leave for free. But with the salary of $325K per week, do you think he'd be that reckless? Imagine, a player who once promised to retire if he didn't enjoy it is now fighting hard to keep playing. The question is, bro, does Sterling still have a future at Chelsea, or would he be better off leaving in January? Bro, there's some hot news from Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. He says Enzo Fernandez isn't actually 100% fit, even though he's played 430 minutes this season. Isn't that crazy? Chelsea haven't lost in the Premier League yet, but against Bayern in the UCL, Enzo looked less sharp, playing in a more advanced position. Hasselbank even said, if Enzo was fit, that ball would have been scored. Now, to make matters even more exciting, fans started shouting, give André Santos a chance. Ramirez has already given his support to the young Brazilian, but Santos will most likely only get a start against Lincoln in the Carabao Cup. Meanwhile, in the Premier League, Maresca will likely still have faith in Enzo. Do you think Enzo is truly not fit, or is this just an excuse because yesterday's opponent was tough? Thanks for watching, bro. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the hottest football news.